I'm gonna set the stage for this one tonight because this guy is like a brother to me. We are closer than we are so close it's unbelievable. And the hardest thing is to stay in Canada. But I'll tell you a little bit about him. And it's an awesome guy. Totally awesome. Like I always say, he's an inspiration. He hates you when you say that, but that's all right because I can because I'm badge. But the guy is unbelievable, and I'll give you a couple pointers. By the time he comes up, you'll know who it is. We met at Jamie's Van Bill in Arizona.
Enigmatic nomadic.
Yeah. And
okay.
There's another question, and this is one reason I did this tonight. That this is payback for that first time I met him. He's a retired firefighter EMS. He's also a retired, and I don't know how to say this, entomologist with Terminex. They go around killing bugs. In 2010, due to his misdiagnosis of a sore throat, he is now a triple amputee. He wrote a book right here, Standing Tough. Oh, just let me get it set up here. Standing Tough. And if you want to read a book, like if you know the guy and you want to read an awesome book, this is a book to read. Because I got this book from him, and it's a signed copy, so I can't give it to anybody. It's a signed copy from him. And when I read the book, I read it in a day, by the way. And when I read the book, I said, I have to meet his parents because you will find out his parents are unbelievable.
Okay.
Even besides him. His parents are unbelievable. Okay, so, and he wrote another book. It's called Souls in Between, as B. Neil Brown. Now, you probably know who it is now. He is a Gracie.
We have some guesses in the chat for who it is.
You got to remember, this guy's a triple amputee. He's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu student working towards his purple belt.
Wow.
Now, he's a triple amputee. He's an avid gearhead, as you know, all he watches is gearhead stuff on YouTube and things mechanical. And this is why I brought him up, is because he told me no once. We were in Arizona at Craigie Wash, and we showed up like we were following him. We come down from Canada after visiting Mom from Ontario, and he was in Craigie Wash, and we were sort of like a day behind him. So we got into Craigie Wash, and I said, "Oh, hello, Neil. Oh, hi, Badge. And no, you're not going to fix nothing on my truck." I said, "Well, you know, there might be something wrong with him." "No, you're not going to fix it." So he's the first guy that ever said no to me. So
wow, and
yeah, we'll just keep that. We'll talk more about that. And he travels in a 17-foot Taylor coach, which he hauls behind his truck. Now he's got well, it's not an older truck. It's it's a Chevy pickup, but it's only got a 4.3 liter V6 in it, so he needs a small trailer. So he found a small trailer. That's a whole story on his own. Now, all this stuff I'm not going to explain because he's got videos on all of it. How he got the trailer, how he lost his legs and his hand, and so on. There's all videos on it, and we'll put the links. We'll get Megan or somebody to drop the links down the way.
So I can also add it to the video after the fact, too. I know who it is, Badge.
Yeah, and then
he's here.
Everybody goes on about the Hero Soap. Well, if it wasn't for Neil, I would not be doing Hero Soap. He got us in contact with Lucas at Hero Soap, and Neil set the whole thing up. And that's a funny conversation, which I'll tell you later. And he's got a website, which is No Legs, No Problem TV. And he does it. He's working on it. Is like he works it like a business. Like it's not like I do it for fun. He does it for a business. He does YouTube and all that stuff for a business.
Can
and
I
he
bring
did.
him up yet?
If you don't know about it, he is the one that did the Hero soap ad with me in the truck and Al in it. Remember when the one was a salad? Now we're coming out of Louisiana from going towards Lollapalooza, and he was thinking about this ad from October until we did it in January. And he did everything. He told us what to say. He told us where to stand. He filmed it. He edited it. He put it all together, and he give me the rendering, and that's when I started putting it up. He did the whole thing himself. He thought about the whole thing himself. I never did a thing. He did it all.
Awesome.
And then the other one is, oh yeah, this one here. We get them all. We'll get them going about these dirty, nasty tacos. That's all I'm going to say.
Are we ready, Badge?
He continues stuff. He stands tough against life's odds, and you'll see that. The guy is unbelievable, and I love this guy to the end of the earth. Go ahead, kiddo.
It's Neil,
buddy.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm having a problem with audio.
That's all right. We don't have to listen to you.
You mean he doesn't have to listen to us?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
All I see is your face going.
Oh,
yeah. So, hello everybody. Badge. I see you. I was listening, even though I still can't hear you.
This goes on all the time.
I don't know.
You have no volume?
I was listening on the YouTube stream, but when I came over here to this, now I can't seem to hear anything. Odd.
So if you have two screens,
let me do one thing.
You haven't got the mic muted by chance, do you?
Nope, that didn't help.
Down on the left-hand bottom corner.
No, we can hear him, Badge, so he's not muted.
Let me leave out and come back. Maybe
all right. Okay, I'll just drop you down.
Okay? When you're okay for me to leave out and come back? Just give me a thumbs up if that's all right.
Yeah. Boy, you sure dragged out that introduction, Badge. You're killing me. You were dragging out that introduction. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for him.
I know. You. But it's so good, though. He's an awesome guy. Like, this guy's an awesome guy. And I'll tell you the story on the Dirty Nasty Tacos. They get these from Taco Bell. No. Yeah, Taco Bell. And he's talking about these dirty, nasty tacos. And I said, what the hell are dirty, nasty? Because I don't eat Mexican food, right? So he's talking, well, these dirty, nasty tacos, they're cheap. They're like, we get like 3 for $1, and they're just great. So every time he goes, he doesn't eat no hamburgers or nothing. It's always these dirty, nasty tacos. And he'll come back, and I was doing a video on the generator. And he says, how's it going? I said, oh, not good. Oh, he says, I got a dirty, nasty taco here for you. Oh, it's looking pretty good now, Neil. I said, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And this one time, see, A.
Can you hear us, eh?
I can hear you now. I've never used.
Geez, now he can hear us. Now we can't say nothing about him. Oh my God, how you doing, Neil, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, Badge. How are you?
I'm doing fine now that I see your smiling face.
It's so nice to meet you, Neil. Thank you so much.
It's nice to meet you, Paula. Although I feel like I've been in the back of your ambulance a million times.
I would have not been.
I heard the intro. I was fire and EMS for 10 or 15 years. So I've spent a lot of time in the back of ambulances.
Well, I hope this one looks just a little bit different than you're used to.
It looks slightly more comfortable. I did watch today your video, your 48-hour
Reboot.
showing what all Badge did.
Yeah.
So I did watch that today. And all I could think about was, oh, I've been in those a bunch. It felt a little bit like work. So to everyone out there watching, hello everybody. I did see some of the comments earlier that some people were excited about me being here. And so hello to you guys. Sorry, I had a screw up. Somewhere in the back end, I didn't put in the right input for me listening, and then I got that figured out. So
good. So what? Okay, I don't even know where to begin. You wrote 2 books?
I have 2 published books. I have some short story compilations published, and a long time ago, before I lost my legs, I had I was published with a bunch of poetry. I've been writing all my life. So
okay.
Yeah, but my first published book was my autobiography, Stand Tough, and it was an Amazon bestseller, and it still does pretty well to this day. And I have to say, I'm glad I wrote that one when I did, because now I've forgotten most all the bad things that I went through. Well, if I remember watching your videos, you're a mother. You forgot the worst part of giving birth that most women do.
No. I only have one kid. I never forgot.
Okay. All right. Maybe that was a bad comparison. I don't know.
We have another person. Sorry.
But what?
There's someone else here.
I forgot that. I sent you an email today. Did you get it, Neil? I must have sent it to the wrong person. Sorry, buddy.
Badge, you didn't tell me there was more than one person coming.
What? No, is there more than one person?
There's another person in the basement. Can I bring him
up? Don't leave him in the basement. Bring him up, man.
My good friend, BlindViews.
Yeah.
Hello.
The reason behind this is that Lonnie, how's Neil? Because Lonnie is a total gentleman. I don't care what anybody says, but he won't phone Neil and bug him because he knows Neil's has some issues, right? But he'll phone me. He says, "How's he doing?" I says, "He's doing great, Ed. He's doing great." So when I brought Neil up tonight, I says, "I got to bring Lonnie. That way he can see him and know he's good." So that's one reason. And the other thing I brought him up for was that all the soap commercials, these guys got their fingers into every one of them. Neil did that one all by himself.
BlindViews.
And Lonnie, or BlindViews, did all the voiceovers. And
I heard Lonnie's voiceovers, and that's some really good stuff. But I would like to say the one time that I think I'm going to get to shine, I got to share the stage with a disabled guy. What's up with that?
Oh, look, exactly. Man, that's what I
thought. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to let you come in here and grab all the pity because you ain't got no legs. The blind guy is coming in. I got to take some of this shit, man. And come on, Neil. Give me 2 thumbs up. Give me 2 thumbs up, Neil. Come on.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, give me 2 thumbs up. Here, I'll give you 2. That way you can. That way you can use them.
God, you can tell you guys are good friends.
Wait, hang on, Lonnie.
We're tighter than friends. We're like brothers. Believe
Lonnie, you're number one, man. You are number one.
That's right. You're number one to me too, buddy.
I didn't see it anyway, Neil. I didn't see it anyway.
We'll get Lonnie to tell you the story about how he met us. It was freaking hilarious. Lollapalooza.
I got to show Neil what he can borrow from me. There, now you can see you gave him the bird.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
I got my copy too.
Now, Paula. See, I only have that many fingers, so this is my pointer finger on this hand. So I was just telling him he's number 1. There's number 2 and 3. That's as far as I can go. I wasn't giving him the bird. I'm just saying he's number 1. Well,
I got to jump in here. I got to jump in here because Badge did an awesome job at the introduction, and was talking about Neil's book. And Neil was kind enough to send me a book also. And he didn't know. So to make sure, he actually sent me the audio, just in case I couldn't read it. That's how fucking cool of a guy he is.
Yeah, he's so cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Like, it's just unbelievable.
I'm just an asshole trying to get into heaven. That's all that it is. I'm
trying
sorry.
to be an asshole like me. That's what he's trying to do.
Can I say words like that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
So now
cool
the hell asshole, all of you are going to go, yes.
Yes. Okay, Lonnie, tell him the story about Lollapalooza. That's a good. That's why I brought you all together, because this story is unbelievable. Because, like Lonnie said, he never seen a guy with no legs move so fast in his life. So yeah, go ahead.
True. I went to Lollapalooza. I told Lola that I was coming. One other person, and that was Vicky. So Vicky and Lola knew I was going to be there. And the thing was on Thursday, she every Lollapalooza, she has a BlindViews watch party on Thursday. So everybody gets together and everybody gets their phone or whatever their device out, and everybody watches Thirsty Thursday together in a big group. Mm-hmm. Well, I was there. So 7:00 rolls around, and it was raining. It was kind of crappy weather, and there's no Thirsty Thursday. The people that were down in the group, they were all tripping out, flipping out. Oh my God, he's here! And they were running around. It was craziness. Vicky actually dressed up. She got a mohawk wig. She got full sleeve tattoos. She got the facial hair, and even bought. They asked me what kind of headphones I have. She went out and bought the exact same headphones, and she had a rock and roll T-shirt on. Yeah, so she came out. She dressed as me, and she's like, "I'm BlindViews." I was like, "No, I'm," but it was funny.
You're an imposter.
So, Papa Texas decided after a little while, he decided he's going to take me around, and we went down to Badges, and I stood outside. Badges' door was away, so from the road, so I stood on the other side, and I don't know, it was like 7:30, 8:00 maybe, I don't know. It was way after 7:00, and so Papa goes around and beats on the door. Well, the dog comes around and met me, so I got to meet the dog first. And while I'm talking to the dog, then all of a sudden Papa says, come here. So I walk up around, and there's Badge. He's like, oh my God. So then he says, you got to come inside. So he opens up the door. I go up the steps, and there's Neil on the couch right across from me. And as soon as I hit the top step, like I said, I've never seen a guy with no legs jump up out of a couch so fast. And we all got to meet, and we're hugging and carrying on. And Elle's over in the kitchen. She's like, well, I want a hug, damn it. It was a big old love. And that's how I got to meet these guys and actually hang out with them for a while. And I had a blast.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a pleasure to meet them both in person. It was fun.
Yeah,
that's
it was.
awesome.
Definitely a pleasure.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, he did tell a little lie. Elle is a unicorn, and Elle doesn't cuss. I mean, she tries to cuss, but it just comes out as fiddlesticks. And Elle's a unicorn. She can't.
Bang it down.
That's inside joke, Lonnie. Inside joke.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but Lonnie, you do have my number. You're more than welcome to holler at me at any time, man.
Yeah, I know. I just, like I say, I noticed when you don't post for a while, I kind of figured you're not feeling well. So I know when I'm not feeling well, I don't want to be bugged, so I don't bother you. I usually
text messages are always good.
Yeah, that's true.
This is kind of funny because we got Neil down below, and he's the only guy that ever said no to me. You're not working on my truck. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't touch it. I don't need it. Well, I'll fix this for you. No, you're not going to do that. So then Lonnie is the only person that ever caught me off guard. And that night I was blown away. I just totally blown away. I couldn't believe, because I was down there and got on my phone and we're at the watch party, and I'm talking to Lola. I says, I says, what the hell? And I looked at Neil. He's not on. What the hell's going on? It's 7:00. How come we're not having Thirsty Thursday and going on? And here he is live. So
you got it like legit live, like right in
legit
person.
live.
It doesn't get any better
It's very
than
cool. You know, it's very cool.
There's some real good videos out of that night with people's reactions and even like Carolyn, our rebel girl, the Dan Van says, Carolyn, BlindViews here. She said, that's not him. She's
That's not him. It's an imposter.
Come on, seriously, that's him. She's like, that's not him. And then finally she was like, oh my God, it isn't. But yeah. And Barbie, old farmer's wife, she went ballistic, man. She was cussing and screaming and what the hell are you doing here? Oh my God. And she was going nuts. Frugal RV girl was another one. She's over there. She bending down, tying her shoe or something. I said, Frugal, what's up? She was like, hi. And didn't even look at me. And then when she stood up, she was like, oh my God. It was funny.
Dad, you frozen, but you might need to adjust your position in there.
Yeah.
Wow. It must have been so cool to have all of you guys together like that.
I think some other people probably had some other stuff to say about it, but it was fun.
Yeah, that if you guys get a chance and Lola does another Lollapalooza, you guys go because there's no telling who is going to show up there. You know, last year, you know, I'm acquaintances with Eric Jacobs. You know, I got his number. He and I text every once in a while. I can't call him a friend. I haven't hung out with him enough. But you know, if you want to meet some of the people that everybody likes to watch, they're probably going to show up there. And it was unfortunate for me that when I was at Lollapalooza that year, I felt like hell. I mean, I felt like hell the entire winter, and the next spring, but so I didn't get to hang out with everybody like I really wanted to because I was very grumpy. But if you get a chance to go to Lollapalooza, if she puts one on, go, because the state parks in Texas are great. And as long as but that time of year she puts it on, Texas likes rain that time of year, so be prepared for some rain. But it's
the borders open. I want to meet you guys.
The best thing about it is that she gets and reserves a park. So however many spots are there, however many spots are there, that's how many people are there. So it doesn't get really big and huge and overly, wild. And because, when you get too many people, things can pop off. But it stays to a nice size. So it's limited, but it's still enough, large enough to get some really cool people in there. And it is awesome. And
very cool.
Not that I'm patting myself, but I do a logo for her every year. I draw a logo. And she makes T-shirts and a big banner and all kinds of stuff. So we do have a blast. It's really fun.
So we show up there, and I never been there before. Neil says, "No, we got to go to this. It's a good thing." So we met him in Louisiana. So he says, "Come to this park." I forget what park it was, but anyway, Neil will tell you. And so he comes. We go to this park, and it's just unbelievable, and not a soul in it. Like, I says, "What the hell's the story here?"
Hey, Badge, are you talking about the place in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Don't say the name because I want that to be a secret.
Don't say the name.
Don't
say the name. Oh my God! It was just. I said, "What the hell happened here?" He says, "Well, I talked to the warden when he came through, and you remember Katrina, but wiped this place out, and they come in and rebuild it. It was all brand new and not a soul in it." He says, "What's with the people?" "Oh, they only come out at hunting season, and it's a gorgeous park and free, of course." Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we're camping right off a swamp area, so part of it's swampy. Where we're camping wasn't swampy, but so there's lots of creeks, there's lots of fish, there's deer jumping behind us, and
is there like alligators?
What?
Is there like alligators?
There the guy that worked there said that there were gators upon occasion, but they probably wouldn't be out where we were at because don't do that, Paula. Gators are unless you're swimming in the water with them and fooling with them, gators aren't going to bother you. They don't want gators don't want to they don't want to eat people. They want to eat deer and dogs, and they'll eat your dog.
Yeah.
But
Neil says that gators say that people don't taste good, so I don't know.
Oh, that's a relief.
Well, when the gator took my legs, he spit them back out. So,
I want to take a minute and thank Ray.
Oh, now you know why they call him an asshole.
Yeah,
what was that, Lonnie?
Moderators dropping the links for you guys.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Ray. Ray's out there. He's popping up links to my page and Neil's page and Babs and everybody. So thanks, Ray. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yes.
So sorry to have interrupted you with the alligator thing. So where you're camping, it's near the swamps, but where you're at isn't actually swampy?
No, it's not swampy. It's just lowland. And if during the rainy season, it's probably a bog, but it's actually saying this will give it away, but I won't say the name of it. But it's not too far. I'm not going to badge.
Don't say it, Neil. I know you want to, but don't.
Don't make me call L, badge. Don't make me call L.
Yeah, do it, Neil. Do it.
I know you will.
It's not too far away from. It's probably an hour or so from where Bonnie and Clyde was shot up on the side of the road. Oh. So there's actually some real history stuff down there to see besides all the beautiful swampland. So I'd like to hit that place up again because I now have a dirt bike. And I'd love to be able to take the dirt bike down miles and miles and miles of dirt and gravel roads. Oh, it's just gorgeous out there.
You have nice dirt bike too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing stops me for the most part. Except for Behçet's disease, but yeah, I just bought a dirt bike, and I have to anything that I ride a street bike too. I have a street bike that I fully customized and rebuilt it from top to the bottom, so I could ride it the way I want to. And I bought a big mini bike, a big fat tire mini bike, because it's small enough for me to deal with, and I can pick it up if it falls. If I lay it over, I can pick it back up. So when I get things like that, I have to make sure that I can ride it without help, that I can control it. And so I don't ride motorcycles with clutches anymore, because this is my clutch hand, and my clutch hand ain't strong. But yeah, so I built motorcycles for years, but still ride motorcycles, and I'm a big boy that likes my toys. So
you guys just never grow up.
Never.
Hey,
there's no fun in that.
No fun at all.
I spent 20 years working 2 jobs, raising a son to adulthood. I lost my legs. I deserve some fun.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And now he's stuck with me.
Well, not till the border opens, badge.
That's right.
Enjoy your time now, guys.
Yeah. We have if the border will open, I think we'll have some very interesting plans for travel this year. Everybody over on my channel, one of the main comments that I often get is, well, I just can't wait to see when you're traveling again. And which is great, because I love to travel, but I'm not really a travel channel, as much as I am just a do it all channel, just to show my pretty face off channel. But but I should be traveling this winter as long as my health holds. I've had Paula, I have a rare autoimmune disorder that really can kick me in the teeth, and really for the past year, since I came home last year from out in Arizona and California, hanging out with Badge and them, I was in bed for like 8 months straight, literally.
Oh,
So,
wow.
So I'm recovering, but the recovery just takes a long time. So it's every day I get better, I get closer to 100%, but I haven't been 100% in a year. So hopefully I'll be 100% by the time we travel, and I can go do fun things, and irritate Badge, because that's one of the funnest things that I do.
Yeah. You like telling me no. No, you can't. No, you can't.
To clarify that, he said, "Oh, this needs to be done on your truck. You're not working on my truck." I didn't tell him there was nothing wrong with it. What I told him is that I'll fix it myself. Thank you very much. And Badge went, wait, wait, no, yes. But have you seen my snap-on tools? Snap-on? Have you seen my tools? Yeah, and I don't care. And then when I finally said, look, here's a problem with my truck. I know what the problem is. And this is where the problem is at. And if you want to help me with that, then I'll let you help me with that. And well, let me just go ahead and go out and get my reader so we can know I've already put my reader on it, Badge. I know what's wrong with it. Wait, you have a reader? Yeah. Okay. What's the problem? So I'll tell him the problem. And of course, they didn't fix it because I thought the problem was on one side. He thought the problem was on the other, and he changed the side he thought was wrong, and it ended up being the other side. So I had to fix it when I came back home. But Badge was, L, he won't let me work on it. I don't L. Tell him that tell him I'm the guy.
Oh, too funny.
Oh my goodness. There is a question for you, Neil. Ron C is asking, did you do a media tour for your books?
Ron, I didn't really do a media. Well, yes and no. On a media tour. I train Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and so I went on a tour of jiu-jitsu academies, and for my book. And so because the whole point of my book is standing tough against adversity. That's where the name kind of comes from. And so at the time that I wrote it to get it out of my system and kind of as my own personal therapy. But in the jiu-jitsu community, everybody wanted to sign copies. So I would go to seminars around the Southeast. And I think I did one in Chicago. Anyway, but they were all at jiu-jitsu academies. That's my, besides if I'm not in my shop working on something or traveling, I'm training jiu-jitsu. So that's how I did that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just saw the Brenda question. I just want to jump in real quick. Brenda, my wife actually has scleroderma.
So Brenda's asking, I can see what autoimmune disorder she suffers from scleroderma. I have Behçet's disease. That's BEHCET''S. And if you took all of your basic autoimmune disorders, your Crohn's disease, your psoriasis, your IBS, lupus, some of the autoimmune disorders that affect your brain and your spinal cord, if you took all the worst ones, well, the way to describe it is that lupus and Crohn's disease and IBS and psoriasis, they all live in a little cottage together with a little white picket fence, and they all sit at the kitchen table in the morning and drink their coffee. And when their coffee is done, they all draw straws to see who has to go down into the basement to throw Behçet's disease a piece of meat. So I mean, it's like a combination of all the autoimmune disorders. And I was diagnosed at 27, and at that time, I was told that I would be lucky if I made it into my 40s. So that was at 27. At 37, I lost my legs, and that wasn't necessarily directly tied to the Behçet's disease. And now I'm 47, almost 48. I had a huge Behçet's attack that put me down for nearly a year.
Wow.
So every 10 years, but I made it past 40. So there you go.
I have a sister that passed, and she had Crohn's disease. So I mean, she just had the one that we were aware of. I couldn't even imagine witnessing someone going through everything that you've gone through.
I misspoke. I'm sorry, Brenda. My wife has Sjogren's, not scleroderma. My wife has Sjogren's, but yeah, she has one of those funky things. We got to keep an eye on her. But yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you have autoimmune disorder, it's you can be great one day, and Badge can attest to this because he's camped with me. That I can be great one day, and then the next day I'm like, well, I'm going to be in bed for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So Terry Tenacious, Neil, how's that trailer Bob built up for your kitchen? I have no idea what you're talking about. Bob built up for your kitchen.
Well, we got another question from Box Fan D. She had commented earlier too. She wasn't sure if you had remembered meeting her at the RTR before. Now she asked, does Neil remember meeting me in my car?
Box Fan D, if I saw your face, I would. Well, there were a bunch of Priuses out there. My thanks to being in a coma for 3 weeks, I have some brain damage, and some cellular loss. I don't know if we call it brain damage, but I don't remember. If I only meet you once, it's hard for me to remember. I have to meet you a couple times to get it stuck in my head. But if I saw your face, I would probably remember you. And if I did meet you, I probably told you, don't be offended if I don't remember if you come up to me again. So,
well, he's friends with me in bed, so he can't be all right in the head, right?
Yeah, he still does that to me.
Wait, I can't find that funny. I love you guys.
He still does it to me. He says, "Who are you?"
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that they're probably thinking about Neil used to travel around with a little teardrop, and he actually bought another trailer and built it out and gave it away. So I think that's what they were talking about, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, the patch box.
The Patches Wander box. The last I saw of it, heard about it, it was still being used. Someone did send me a picture that the awning was taken off of it that we put on, which is not what I would have done, but absolutely okay, because we gave it away to somebody to use how they want to use it. And setting up a rig, even a tiny rig like that, is you got to set it up what's best for you. But the last I saw, it was still in use. So
it was a cool setup.
Yeah, that was one of the proudest things that come out of when I dreamed that up. That was the proudest thing to come out of my head in a long time. Valeria's Spirit, Paula, pardon me for taking over your taking over your stream, Valeria's.
We have only 19 minutes left. I'm going to keep my mouth shut because you are much more entertaining.
All right. Valeria Spirits asked, did I retire out of firefighting in my 20s? No, I did not. I fought fires up until, or fought fires or worked rescue squads or ambulance services, plus my day job as the word's entomologist. I was a certified entomologist for a major pest control company. Entomology is the study of insects. But I was a high paid bug man, and highly skilled trade bug man. And I worked for Terminex, and they sent me all over the country to fix problems. So if somebody screwed up a termite treatment, or they thought they were going to get in trouble with the EPA, or the state EPA agencies, they would send me to go mediate with the EPA and to fix the jobs and make everything right. And then I train employees and train them on safety, and I would go teach teach classes. We get new employees, and they'd fly me out to, I went to Minneapolis a couple of times for that, and a lot of times in St. Louis to sit in a hotel for a week and train 60 or 70 new employees. Anyway, I was constantly on the move. But to answer the question is that I was active in fire rescue and EMS and up until I got sick and lost my legs. And then afterwards, when I started walking again, still walking with crutches and a cane, I went back to the fire department and I worked dispatch for the fire department and the police department. So, which is all where I worked at my main fire department. The fire department is literally across the street from the police department, and the dispatch is right in the fire department building. So I was right there with everybody I knew, and I eventually had to stop because of city politics and other things. So it's small town, and I couldn't keep my mouth shut. So it was just
really
go
I can
figure.
see why you're all friends. I'm just kidding.
So, but
easy there, easy.
But I started I started fire and EMS when in my very, very early 20s, and so up until about the age of 38 or 39, I was probably still involved. So even after I lost my legs, and then I just had to go. I can't do it anymore. I couldn't be an effective team member. Go out on an ambulance, and I couldn't walk upstairs with my partner and carry down a gurney with a patient on it. That's just not going to happen. So I couldn't be an effective team member. I couldn't fight fires anymore. So I had to make a clean break of it. Matter of fact, the last time my EMT license came up due, I let my EMT license expire just so I wouldn't get stupid and try and go work part-time somewhere. So,
yeah, I'm going to jump in here a minute. And I'm going to just say that I started, kind of covering Neil's chin. I was interested and I watched him. He reached out to me. I actually have a get off the couch, no legs, no problem t-shirt. But, and we just started talking. Again, he sent me the book and the audio of it and everything. And we kind of just clicked because of we both have some sort of, little issue that we had to deal with, shall we say. And we also have the fire department and all that first responder thing in common. So we kind of just clicked, and we just came together on it. And just like he was saying, when my eyes started going where I couldn't, do the things I did before, I actually went in and, sat down with the chief and my captain and lieutenant and said, I got to give this up. I can't do it anymore. The next day, the fire marshal came to my house and said, look, dude, you can't see in burning buildings anyway. You got a leg up on us. I was like, no, deal is just like Neil said, it's you go in there and you got your battle buddy, and there's no way that someone was going to have to go in and rescue someone because of me, because I couldn't do my job. And it wasn't because of me. It was because of my fellow firefighters. You just can't put their lives at risk because they count on you. And if you can't give your 100%, you gotta know when to step down. And I know what Neil's talking about. You just gotta come to facts and go, look, you don't want to say I can't do that anymore, but you do have to realize that when there are some things you just can't do, you just can't do it anymore. And it sucks to say, but you got to get it in your head that yes, we do have a handicap. Yes, we are disabled. We are not able to do everything. So when you have to come to terms with it. And it's tough sometimes, but after a while it gets all better. And here we are. We're all friends and we can do just about anything, but there are some things and you just have to realize that. That's all.
Yeah, that's
so inspirational.
What I'm inspirational. Paula, what have I inspired?
Like that. Don't say that. He doesn't like it.
I'm sorry. You guys remind me to quit whining, sitting on my ass on the couch.
Okay,
he's got a shirt for that.
Did I
That's
see
an
Chrome in
acceptable
here?
answer.
What's up, Chrome? Did I see Chrome in here? Did I see him say, what's up? What's up, Chrome?
From Vancity Vanlife, thank you so much for coming in. You wanted to say hello to BlindViews, and thank you for that super chat.
He's awesome,
Ron
man. I love
C
that dude.
became a new member, and then Kevin with the nomadic experience had to outbid Chrome by a penny. And now look at this. Chrome was like, outbid me, try again.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so awesome. I appreciate all your support.
There's
Oh
no
my
way to hang out with someday.
You know, we going back like Paul when we first met with you, and we were talking about people on the road. Well, these are the people here, Neil and Lonnie and Chrome. These are the people you're meeting out there. Like it's just amazing. That's why I are so close to these guys, because they're like family, and that's the people you're seeing out there. It's like
I
everybody
knew
goes
it
on their
even from
nomads.
here.
They're far from nomads, but these guys are unbelievable. And that's the people you're meeting out there. Like she says, when I go down south next time, I got to put a hook on her bumper and drag her across the border. So
I'm going to follow him and Elle all the way around.
yeah. But this is the people out there, like the Neils and the Lonnies and Chromes and all
And
the
you know what? It
people are out
makes
there.
sense. It makes sense when you get emotional about a badge. You know, there's been a few times where I've seen, you know, it really hits your heart to not be able to go and see these guys this year.
It was
Well,
really
Well,
tough
why?
staying back this year. Like it really, I had a lot of wet nights thinking about it because it was tough. It was really tough. Because, you know, you've been doing this for 4 years now. Going down there and spending 180 days
I see
with
your
people
eyes,
you
Paula.
don't even know. And it's just amazing.
Paul's gonna make $2,000 tonight.
Oh my God. Keep talking. We got 11 minutes. Talk faster, guys.
I want to say real quick too. I know that I kind of not bash, but I talk about YouTube and social media and how horrible people are and how disgusting it is, and people are just so bad. But it is odd, and I do find it quite nice that you can actually find a few people through YouTube and internet that I know if my ass was in a sling, I could call these guys up and say, yo, I need, and they'd go, before I said, I need what, they'd say, I'm there. So it's really cool that it
didn't
is.
even think twice about it.
It's awesome.
You know?
It is awesome.
You know?
Wow.
It's just the way it
Everybody,
is.
thank you guys so much. Wow.
I would just like to say that, Chrome, I watch your channel every once in a while. So I'm glad you're in here, man. But the next time I have a live stream, if you guys want to, have a fight over who's going to outbid who, you guys are more than welcome.
It's so funny. I interviewed both of them last week, Neil, and I just put a short 1:50 kind of recap. And
Boom!
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the way they are. That's the way these people are.
Tim, thank you. Tim was on my channel last week too. Holy crap, you guys.
Well, I started watching Chrome shortly after he started his channel, and I'm a big fan. He's a super cool dude, and I am proud to be a weirdo. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. We're all weirdos.
That's right.
Yeah. Like I was down the first year we were in California or in Arizona, and that's when Chrome started out. And somebody says, "Oh, you know Chrome from Vancity Vanlife?" I said, "No, never heard of the guy." And then I think he had like, 500 or 600 subs at the time.
Saucy, I see
Nice
that.
sub
Zip
to
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
He's an awesome guy.
Hang on.
But the thing, the thing about it is that these two guys here, for instance, and even Chrome, but these two people here, like Lonnie backs me 100%, and Neil backs me 100%, and like I don't even have a monetized channel, and Lonnie would push it right to the end, and me, I don't really need people to talk about me, but he did it anyway, and he didn't have to, and Neil's the same way. Like I could say to Neil, we're coming up and building a shed tomorrow. He'd be there in a heartbeat if the border was open. Wouldn't even think twice about it. Wouldn't even think, or even Lonnie, and he wouldn't even think twice about it.
I would have
and
to,
that's the way they are.
I'd have to think about where to put my guns while I was away.
That's right.
In Canada.
Yeah, right.
No,
yeah,
it's
Badge
your
keeps
bear
telling
spray.
me. Yeah, Badge keeps telling me to come to. Yeah, on my channel, it's the euphemism is bear spray. But Badge keeps, come on up. I'm like, dude, I will. Do you know what it's going to be like not to travel with personal protection? Oh, it'll be fine. No,
Hi,
as
dear.
soon.
We don't worry about that shit here.
He
Not
goes,
on the prairies, anyways.
it's so funny. I forget what the video was. He did a video like a year ago. And he says, "Yeah, I got my bear spray." Click, click. I just broke right up. That's so funny. And, yeah.
Well,
my bear
we were
spray,
having
click, click.
we were having problems with dogs, and
Yeah.
and I like dogs, and I like all kinds of dogs, but these were pit bulls that weren't well cared for. So wild pit bulls are wild pit bulls, and they backed me into a corner. They come from the neighbors. You know, I'm sitting on almost 6 acres, so when a dog has to come across 6 acres to come back me into a corner, and my bear spray was in my truck, and it shook me up and it made me upset, and the neighbors said they weren't going to do anything about it, and so I called up one of my state trooper buddies and I was like, hey, if I shoot at somebody's dog in my yard, he said, no, it's in your yard, you go right ahead, we have leash laws. And I said, okay. So I was totally prepared, and I almost had to. I almost had to, but I don't worry about people as much as I can't run away from dogs. I can't. I'm in Kentucky. There are 4 venomous snakes in the United States, and we have 3 of those snakes in Kentucky. And I can't back away from a snake fast enough. I can't back away from a mountain lion fast enough. I can't back away from a bear or a mad deer, or if I was in Canada, a mad moose. I can't back away fast enough. So
I never met a moose I didn't like. I'm just gonna say.
He's gonna take his legs off and beat the shit out of me.
Wait, what?
What?
He says if I bug him too much, he's I'm gonna take my legs off and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Oh yes.
As long as his legs are on, I know he won't beat me.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
I am. It's a proven fact that I am more badass with my legs off than I am with my legs on.
That's it, Neil. Tell her about the morning ritual. This is so funny, Paula.
Okay.
You better make sure you got a towel under. You're gonna pee for sure. I guarantee you.
Hang on. I'm just kidding.
This is
funny.
I mean, I make light of and make jokes about not having legs all the times, and my fingers, and I'm left-handed. That's my left hand. So, so it's tough. And the things that most people don't see is that when I'm in a bad mood and I have to say to myself, I can't believe I don't have legs. Sometimes it just hits me like that. So I do little stupid things all the time to keep myself pumped up. And so one of those things is that when I put my legs on in the morning, and my legs stay on all day long. When I'm out of bed in the morning, Badge is already laughing. When I'm out of bed in the morning, I put my legs on. My legs stay on all day till I go to bed. Mm-hmm. So, but when I put them on in the morning, I put them on, and as I put one leg on and slide up the sleeve, say, I'm a badass. I take the other one and I put the other one on, and I stand up and say, I'm a badass. I have no legs, but I'm a badass, and I'm going to be a badass today, even if I don't have legs. And that's just what I tell myself. And now I don't even think about it. It's just kind of automatic. And sometimes I have to stop, and especially when I haven't felt good lately, and remind myself, you don't have legs and you're walking. That's a pretty badass thing. And that's just what I do to keep myself sort of motivated. I do all kinds of stupid little things like that to keep myself motivated.
Yeah, but tell about Alexis.
Do what?
Tell Tell them about Alexis.
I have a Amazon Alexa, and luckily for me, I don't use that name to talk to it, or it'd be talking back to me. It's right over here. But it controls all the lights in my rooms, because when I have my legs off, I can't reach it's harder for me to reach pull cords and whatever for lights. But when it goes off in the morning, it says, "Good morning, Cupcake. Time to wake up and put your legs on. It's time to be a badass," and blah 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 blah. And then it plays Iron Maiden. And that, when I wake, that's how I wake up in the morning, is that my Amazon Alexa is even telling me that it's time to get up and be a badass. And that's just that's just what I do to get over the fact that I wake up every morning and I can't just jump up and run and go. I can't even I can't wake up in the morning and just go run to the bathroom. If I have to go to the bathroom, I have to crawl off the bed down on all fours and crawl to the bathroom, climb up onto the toilet stool, take care of business. But that's kind of a humiliating thing. But I will say this: at least I'm not blind, so I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm peeing on the floor.
That's right.
I'm just saying. Just saying. But right. That's just the things that I do to keep myself motivated is a little weird, and it also kind of involves jujitsu because I'm once you train long enough to take care of yourself, you kind of do feel like nothing can touch you, and so you walk around with that kind of attitude all day. So
wow, you know what? Those are perfect last words for this stream. Jean is one of my best friends. She's on next, and we raid channel to channel. So I want everybody to take a look at the chat. There's a blue part on the chat, and that is the link directly to the live stream that's starting in 30 seconds with Vanlife Vagina. You guys stay tight because I want to talk to you backstage. And to everyone else, I'll see you Saturday.